Okay, hello, welcome back to Mars First Logistics, where when we left off last, we created this little creature that was like our lifto bot, which I completely forget all of the controls. But, you know, we can figure it out so this thing can, like, you know, extend and lift. But we are going to do some other missions. Okay, what is near us, to be fair? Where are we? We are... That's right at the top, that's right at the top, that's sort of off the map, but close. Iron ore looks small. We should really go for some of the things that are, like, you know, a bit better now. Yes, okay, I'm remembering the controls, interestingly. Okay, and I did save this eventually, you know. I forgot on screen, so I literally logged back in to save it. But we are going to go on an adventure. And... he is thrust. Okay. Right, so we're just going to get reacquainted with the controls. Okay, this thing is probably what we're going to use to, like, travel around, even though the other thing might have been better. You know, this is not necessarily the most ideal and stable compared to the literal go-kart thing. But this can fly. Right, so whilst we are heading off towards this, I think we should really... Did that not? That's not how you set a waypoint. That's how you set a waypoint. We should really go to this thing on the way. Okay. But not fall over in this unstable ship. Because we are going to need to be able to actually see out into the distance. So it would help if we actually go and collect the radars along the way that let us see further. And then, you know, we'll see what we get from doing these missions. This is just because it's on the way, sort of, to going back up. I know we literally have fast travel and I can literally teleport to the other missions. But, you know, where's the fun in just fast traveling to something off in the distance? When we can go do some stuff on the whole journey on the way. As we travel across these sand dunes, and we definitely won't come across a dune worm. Who knows? Maybe they'll have some sort of Mars dune worm. I presume not, but maybe they will. That didn't quite go the way that I thought it would. I think we kind of have infinite rockets, so... you know, we could literally just fly off into space if we wanted. We probably could have also discovered those landmarks, perhaps, whilst we're here. But I'm going to assume, I think we've overshot this a little. just slightly. Okay, let's not come crashing too hard. Right, this seems like a nice little landing. It's good. Okay, then we'll just not scrape along the floor. Okay, let's respawn. I think we're going to be able to get through these rocks. Fine to get to this. This is fine. But, you know, we could have literally built a perfect machine with wings and rockets. We could have just put rockets on the far more stable, you know, go-kart thing. Because we literally have the pieces, and it probably would work very well. But, you know, we're not necessarily immediately designing the world's greatest contraption, right? Let's just fly over some of these rocks. Okay, I think we are not necessarily orientating in the best direction to do that. Nailed the landing, though. Okay, extend my range. Perfect. Okay, fast travel also unlocked, which, you know, is useful in some ways. We continue to drive up things that we could probably just fly over. Damn it. There's no saving that. Okay, so I note that they put in the patch notes, hey, you know, if you respawn thing, it'll return in the way that it was facing. Will it? It seems to do the opposite. Maybe because we're upside down. Let's face it. But it doesn't seem to be returning in the way that it was necessarily facing. That's a good angle for be taking off to be heading in the direction that we want. Okay, let's not get wedged on the stone slates. Now, if there's big stone slates like this coming out that are like flat like that, it does look like there might be something interesting to the landscape, you know? What could they be? Because they're not just literal flat stones. They have architecture to them, which, you know, I presume is not actually how they are. But who knows? Maybe natural architecture on Mars. Okay, fly. Well, it's a good job we have a flying ship, isn't it? With this whole Grand Canyon out of nowhere. It's a pretty good job that we have the ability to fly over that. Nailed the landing, as you can tell. Yep, definitely nailed that landing. Okay, so I think it said paint, right? Which means it's probably gonna spill and overflow if we, you know, mess up. And it looks like we might have an interesting place to go and take this, as we have, you know, a long way to go up a big mountain path. This is fine. A big giant mountain. You know, I don't actually need to reset. It landed perfectly. Okay, so we're going to need to take this up and over the mountain. Fast travel or not? Oh, it's just a chair. Okay. As long as I get this. This should be ideal to pick up a chair with, you know, what we have. Yeah, I think this is fine. Like, the balls are pretty good to grab it. Now, unfortunately... Wow, that's actually quite a long way that we got to go, huh? Unfortunately, it didn't continue the forward momentum that I had hoped. But we certainly took it into... Okay, now we played Exo 1. All we need to do is land in the perfect way that it angles us nicely to get the momentum that I would like for a forwards bit over there. So... yeah, I'm going to drive the chair... not going to drive the chair up the mountain. That's a terrible idea. Okay, so I'm going to just orient myself to get the perfect angles to just fly the majority of the way. At least past the mountains through the secret tunnel. And then maybe we might want to reorient ourselves. Okay, nailed the landing. As you can see, we actually did nail that landing pretty nicely. And like I said, this is actually the ideal contraption. Okay. Perfect. Okay, now we've got literally the perfect angle to just fly there. And this thing has the most secure grip on this chair. Oh... I foresee a problem. I foresee a problem. We didn't consider... Okay, we can pick it back up. We didn't think about a... thing that we might need. Greenhouse is fast travel. That's just a potted plant. Okay. Right. That's still not the correct button. It's close enough. I mean, Is it gonna... It's gonna tell me off. Okay, well, I've got completely lost as it is now. Would we have been able to deliver this without dropping it? Okay, let's go. Get the ability to have signals. Yeah, I didn't look at the map to check that we actually had the full range that we needed, which is a little problematic. Yeah, it always faces me in the wrong direction. Let's go extend our range and then come back and pick up the chair and deliver it the rest of the way. I wonder if it would be like, no, you can't complete the mission. You didn't have the range to do this. You know, even if we got it all the way there without it stopping us. I wonder if it would have a go if they did. I'd be like, no, you're not allowed. And I wonder if it would have teleported the chair all the way back as well. You know, even if we get it there and it's like, no, you lost the signal whilst you were still holding it, so the chair goes back to the spawn. Now, hopefully, it will stay where we just left it. Because I did see in the patch notes, it was like, we despawn long-term things so that they don't cause memory issues. It's like, well, I've deliberately left it there to not have to. Bring all the way again. Look how we are. Literally, we could have just got that right there, right next to the thing. But, you know, I are dumb at times, and I didn't check the map to make sure we would actually be able to deliver this. Oh, this isn't the same place, but... or is it? It says Station Greenhouse. It looks similar. It was a greenhouse. Maybe it's another greenhouse. Oh, we actually faced the right direction for the first time when I respawned. Okay. We can get this very careful last little piece. Very carefully we get to this, yes, for certain. Okay. So we've unlocked the fast travel. Good. You are literally still on the map. Right where I left you. Okay. Like, is it better to fast travel? Is it better to fast travel to a nearby thing? Like, you know, if I'd have tried to go all the way to the destination. Hello, Anakim! It is a cool looking game, and you can literally build whatever you want. So all of these pieces are like mecano, and you can literally build the machines into literally anything. So, you know, it's pretty cool, pretty fun. And, you know, whilst there are some like pre-made things, I've made some funky things too, so if I go into them. So, you know, there's like literally all of these pieces, and you can like take them off and put them however you want. There's the pre-made blueprints, which, you know, I'm using. And then there's my wacky contraptions, which I've built to do some sort of task. So including this like little land scorpion thing, which is like, you know, and then they all have moving parts. And, you know, we can make it go up and down, and it's pretty fun, pretty cool. So yeah, I'd recommend it if you're interested in it and you're like building ridiculous machines. And as you do more missions, you get more stuff. So like there's a million different blueprints and things that we haven't unlocked, and maybe more parts that we haven't unlocked. Like if I go to the parts, like there's a whole bunch of undiscovered parts that we've yet to unlock as well. So, I could imagine, yeah, you probably could make a Curiosity replica. I've not tried personally, but it seems pretty open to what you can create. You know, you can pretty much build anything. If you've ever played with Mecano, it's basically Mecano. I haven't tried building curiosity myself, but I wouldn't be surprised. You know, there are people that in these sorts of games can build the craziest things, so I wouldn't be surprised if someone has made curiosity in it, and you know, maybe they've got 1 million views for recreating curiosity. I'll leave that to someone a lot more talented than myself. I, however, have made the world's stupidest looking but effective at doing the job. They're like little creatures. They look like little creatures, you know, they've got big pincery claws and they do things. Okay, now that's not necessarily effective at going down. But we land, is it? Now I just need to get a little better landing, you know. It's a good job that we can just like reset how it lands, to be fair. Otherwise, getting these back up whilst their standard missions don't get back up. Mine do. You can almost go into orbit. You probably could go into orbit, to be fair. Like, you know, there's the sun. I've never tried, but you can get pretty high up. You know, it's limitless, but the fuel on these rockets certainly doesn't run out. Now, this isn't conducive to going to where we need to go as the entire planet vanishes, you know what? We are in orbit, you actually can get into space! You can get into space! Yeah, I'd recommend it, it's pretty good. So, if you do, let me know, I'll come watch, for certain. So it'll be fun to see what things someone else creates. Okay, now we come back down. But, you know, we can go into space. As the journey back down takes a while. You don't start off with the rockets, though. You have to unlock those. Okay, well, I guess we ended up here. And this landing's... Ooh! Combat roll! Saved it! Okay, now we'll just head back in the direction that I need to go. So we'll use this mountain to reorient, and we'll scrape along the floor, because I love to scrape along the floor. Is this a free play mode or something you can reset the vehicle at will? It's just how the game is. You can just reset the vehicle at will. It's not free play mode. It's pretty forgiving. So this is literally the game, and then you have, if you look at the things, you get a variety of missions to like deliver all sorts of things, and you have to create the different machines that can go carry these. So the one that we're on at the moment, which I'm heading to, is picking up a chair and delivering a chair. We left it halfway. I needed to go and get a tower, communication tower, so that we could actually go this far out, because it didn't like that I was heading off into places that were outside of our communication range. So I've left this chair just on the floor, and we're going to go collect that, and then, you know, we almost got it there. I reckon I could have just delivered it all the way if I tried, but it was saying, no, you are out of range, out of the signal range. And I was like, yeah, it's probably going to break, so I'll go get a signal, but it might have let me. We were so close. You do have a VIP badge. You know, you're here pretty often in your chat, so, you know, you are a VIP, and I appreciate that, so you are very welcome for the VIP badge. You know, I appreciate people who come and hang out and watch. So yeah, you're a VIP for certain. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, let's pick up this chair, which we will certainly get. Okay, nailed it. And then we will just lift off with the chair. And we need to take it down there. Thankfully, this machine's pretty good for picking up a chair. Okay, now, if we drop it, it's not the end of the world. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can write it without having to, like, reset, because otherwise I have to pick up the chair. Perfect. And then we head Oh, that's it! Some of the other stuff that we've picked up along the way hasn't gone as well. Okay. Because, you know, some of the machines don't grab them that well. Okay. And then we need to deliver this into this little thing here and get some money or some parts, you know. We got a new part. I have absolutely no idea what that does. A jumper. Some sort of jump cable thing? I have no idea what that does. Watching this video about some wheels that were on rovers, so interesting. Oh yeah, like the wheels that they use for space vehicles, they do definitely come up with some interesting things to make them, you know, capable for space. So it is interesting to see what they come up with to get over the missions. There's a picture about the current state of Curiosity and it's all... Oh no. Well, I can recreate that. I can recreate a broken thing, no problem. Recreating a working Curiosity, on the other hand, a little more challenging. Oh, the wheel, just the wheel. Ah, well, you know, if it was the whole thing, you know, I can recreate something broken that doesn't work. Okay, so now we've got to recreate a watering can, and there are like spacemen as well that are flying around and doing things, and then you know there's loads to this. There's actually a fair bit. I'll have to look. You know, feel free to post the video in the Discord, and I'll look at it later. You know, that's always the easiest way to share something. But yeah, like what I've seen of like the vehicles that they use for these missions, they do come up with some very... We're not going to be able to nail this landing. They do come up with some interesting solutions to the problems at hand. Like for going over rocks and things, you know, they definitely have unique designs. Okay. Yeah, drove over that hill perfectly. Not necessarily the most... Oh, well, here's one of the bigger problems that we often have, which is like, it's on a shelf. Thankfully, in my custom machines, I built a shelf grabber. So this thing extends up, and then we can just go... Not that I can see anymore. Which is a problem. Okay, I think this one might actually be a bit too wide mouth, so this isn't the ideal vehicle for this. What I need is my slightly better grabber, which may also not be ideal for this, actually, looking at it. Right, this thing, like, let's just do the smart thing. Let's be a cat. Cats go, I see you have something nice on the shelf. Right, let's go back to our other machine. Cats were like, oh, you've got a nice item on the shelf right there. It'd be a shame if someone just swatted it off. Yeah. Be a cat. If you can't be anything, be a cat. Okay, and then we will pick it up with the rocket ship, because that's going to be like way easier than driving over anything. Job solved. Okay, that's extend down. Let's open up. Okay. And as long as we position this nicely, that'll do. Oh, it of course, the watering can doesn't have a middle inside. Why would the watering can have a... It's a space watering can. It's probably covered to keep it in. Right. Okay. Now, we need to go 5.3 kilometers in that direction. Ouch. Off to a great start, as you can see. I've already messed it up. Okay, let's reset our machine. Now, where did that place us? On the wrong side of reality. Let's pick up... Okay, we'll get a better grip on it this time. From the... Can we even fit down there? I don't think we can. But how have you been? What have you been up to, Anakin? Anything interesting? Boom, boom, boom. Okay, we can fit down this one. And this time I will not just... Okay, that's the wrong extender. That's the one that we need. We will... do exactly the same thing, apparently. This is... This is the problem. Okay, I think what we need to do is delicately get it out of there, and then then we will pick it up. Wait, this thing isn't the greatest at driving. It's turning circle with its arms out. It's not great. But it was only designed to lift things vertically, to be fair. Which it does very effectively. Any other tasks, however, it is not so good at. Okay, watering can collected. I mean, it picked it up pretty nicely. Doing alright. Fair bit stressed, don't know. Considering a career change. Ooh. Haven't actually started career. That's always a good thing. You know, it certainly helps with the career change if you haven't actually started one yet. But sorry to hear about the stress, you know, that always sucks when you're in stressful situations. But, you know, hopefully you will be able to find a good career that works out. And, you know, it's a lot easier when you haven't set in a career. You know what? We're going down this mountain very, very fast, apparently. We didn't let go of the watering can at least. Okay, let's place this nicely on the floor. Then we'll turn into a ship that can maybe transport this a little better. Ready to spend my life studying physics and astronomy, but seeing the latest AI advancements, I'm considering studying AI instead. It's not my passion, but it'd be an attempt to decrease world suffering. Always a good reason to do things, and yeah, like there are huge advancements in AI, but maybe you can do something that's a mix of the both. Maybe you can do some like special astronomical AI that really, really helps advance in the fields of space travels. You know, because that would be really actually the best thing that someone could do is a spacecraft that's got an AI on it that can logically go around discovering space. You know, that would actually be huge. Okay, now all I need to do is get an angle to go fly off in the right direction. That'll... As you can see, we nailed taking the the watering can with us perfectly. I don't think this machine is ideal for taking the watering can with us somehow. But yeah, if you can certainly design a AI to decrease world suffering, that certainly is a very noble thing. I don't think any of our things are very good for this. Okay, so it's time. We built a new machine. Okay, what if I start with the buggy? We need to create something from scratch, sort of, that can... Okay, right, so if I remove, we're going to create something that can not waste bits, pick up all of that stuff, as well as fly. So, rocket. Okay. Now, unfortunately, these things are not on the ground. Don't know what I'm gonna do really. Also, I'm starting to apply for jobs. Good luck with the job hunt. Definitely good luck with the job hunt. And I think everyone's in that boat at the moment, you know. With the state of everything, it's like, what does anyone find to do really these days? But yeah, if you're able to and you understand all of the AI stuff and, you know, you can make a good go of that, I think that does sound like a pretty good thing. And, you know, because that's like a really, really popular thing right now, I reckon there's going to be a lot of work going in it as well. So you've probably got a pretty good chance. Okay, so let's put some wonky... Unfortunately, it changes when it's rotating. Wonky arms. And then I need these to have... Not that. This is just to put rockets on it for now. And then we need to design something that grabs the thing. Okay, so that goes onto that. And then I want a 90-degree one so that it points downwards. And then we need literally exactly the same thing on the other side. Okay. And then we'll put our rockets on that, and they hopefully won't scrape along the floor. Is that... Okay. So, we extend upwards. And then... How do I go to my... Whatever. Right, if I copy that, there we go. Okay. And we'll put it there, and that should this time be high enough. And then I want to copy that, move that, and then place it on that side. And it should then allow us to put rockets on that point downwards and do not touch the ground. There we go. Okay. Stage 1 of the rocket ship complete. Low center of mass for the win. Yeah, definitely. Oh, good luck for the interview. That's actually good to hear. Hopefully it goes well. What is it in? Anything interesting? What? You know, is it related to the AI or space, or just, you know, whatever you can get for now? Because I certainly am in the whatever I can get for now category. Okay, so then I need something that will scissor. Which... Right, let's put that. Let's put something that allows it to extend upwards. And then we'll have an extendo mechanism. Right. I'm going to copy that, delete that. Then I'm going to put that. Then I'm going to put one of these so that I can... You know what? I'll put it on that side so that it remains in good form. And then, where's my ability to paste? It's a shame it doesn't... Whatever, I'll just build it again. Okay, then... okay, it's getting suddenly a lot higher and less central gravity, because that was attached to that, and then that wouldn't have rotated. It's going to be my first job, which makes things a lot more difficult. Self-taught programmer. Applying to positions like... Oh, nice. Well, I mean, everyone's got to start somewhere, so, you know, I'm sure it'll go well, you know? All you need is, you know, the confidence and, yeah, like, you know, if you've got the knowledge, then, yeah, I'm sure it'll go pretty good. Okay, we've got an extendo arm, and then that will attach to... It doesn't matter if that's a little wonky... That will attach to something that will then have some claws on it. And then these claws will be able to grab the watering can. Okay, and then that'll do for the moment. Okay, like it's not the world's prettiest of machines, but okay, now hopefully okay, just need to get a good angle on it. Hopefully this won't be too wide and not be able to grab this at all, because that would be problematic, but not unresolvable, just problematic. I didn't fully go into actually solving the problem. Okay. That's a problem though. This thing might not reach low enough. Okay. No. Actually, it does. If I extend outwards, that reaches lower. No, this is fine. I have actually designed it okay. Okay, perfect. Right, that's a good grip. Lifted. Nailed it. No worries, see you in a bit. And like I said, good luck with the job. Boom, boom, boom. Nailed it! We grabbed it! Okay. I'm sure you'll go well on your first job. And the good news is we can fly! If we head in the right direction. But, you know, okay, the center of gravity may not be ideal. And I may have left the front end in a wonky way that I really shouldn't have. I really needed to resolve that bit of it, but, you know, we know for next time, or, you know, for future adjustments, sort out the wonk. There, that. You know, that'll do. It's not the ideal way of gripping it, but that... Don't drop it. You had to say it. Okay, grab it from the thicker end, and then that'll work. Okay, well, screwed it a bit. This'll work. It didn't work. Okay. Extends the arm so that it's lower is what we need to do. This isn't going to grip it very well. Let's face it. Yeah, no. Okay, this maybe isn't the best designs. There's certainly room for improvements. Okay. That will not do. That'll do. There we go. That's nice and very, very clearly stably gripped and not just barely grabbing it at all. Don't know what you mean about it having just... Oh! Perfect! I see the problem with the way that my rockets aren't aligned, I think, or at least the weight of our ship. Hello! Talhaga 54? That's a complicated and hard to say name. Hello, hello, how are you? Are you having a good day? Okay. If we can grab it as I initially wanted to, the whole length and by the can handle, so that it grips onto it through all of it, which it's not going to let me do, is it? Let's face it. We would have the perfect grip. Okay, that, I mean, it's literally the exact right size. It's not the strongest of grips. Yeah, right. This is not working. As not as intended. Okay. To the floor. Right. That. If it had grabbed the spout. You know, if I can get it by the spouts and that, all the way down, all the way forwards, squeezing. Didn't grab the spout, damn it. Will this machine work? I don't think it will by the looks of it. I think it might need a little bit of a redesign. Just a little. You know, it's a fair way there. For one, we should have it be level and not wonky. Two, all it really needs is we can design better things later. All it really needs is that, to be fair. And then, as long as I get it in the handle, which I can definitely do with no challenge. Okay, there we go. And then we don't throw it over our heads. We carry it very nicely. This machine will work. Now, the problem is my center of gravity for flying isn't quite as intended. So whilst we have something with rockets, it doesn't necessarily fly in the way that I would like. This is fine. I'll just grab it again. Well, that didn't quite go. I wasn't expecting it to teleport the thing down. That's fine. Again, we'll just line it up with our skewer, with our long finger, and then we pick it up, and we say, charge! And this machine, for certain this time, right, will it just go up the mountain? Oh wow, it drives better than it flies. Turns out we've actually made a pretty good mountain driver without intending. This machine will get it there. Absolutely perfectly. Okay, so we found a satellite dish. Oh, well, apart from this, but again, you know, we have rockets that work perfectly fine and don't make us go back the way that we came and skewer into the ground whatsoever. The rockets are working quite clearly as intended. Very, very effective rockets. You know what? This is just how it drives. This is as intended. It's just a rocket-powered finger that just drives forward along the floor with rockets and is very challenging. You know, that's not facing the right direction. But if it was facing the right direction, It'll get it there. Okay. This machine is very capable of doing this. Far more capable than the grippy one. We just need to be a bit more careful with picking it up, apparently. Okay. Go. I'm going to put my arm down. Maybe with a lower arm, we might stand a chance of going in the direction that we want. That's not how cars work. It is not how cars work, but we're in space, and it doesn't matter. Plus, you know, have you seen a rocket car? Maybe all rocket cars work like that. This is fine. There we go. Well, or not. Finger first! Just face in the right direction and then charge! There we go. Up the hill. Perfect. That's what we want. Although it's now... it's now going exactly back in the other direction and bop. Like I said, this thing drives up hills way better than it flies. So let's just drive it. It doesn't seem to be flying too well. We'll have to rethink the rockets. You know, they were a good idea and they seem to be pointed down. I don't know where we went wrong with that, but it does drive very nicely up these vertical hills. Well, maybe not purely vertical hills, but for the most part, it was doing okay. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, let's pick up. Don't knock it over. Whatever. We can pick it up from knocked over. I was going to say it was nicely positioned for the first time. Okay, let's avoid the entirely vertical mountain. Because apparently we can't drive exactly vertical. But we can get pretty good up mountains. Okay, why are we stuck? Optimistically, this looks like we might be able to get up. Perhaps. That'll do. Although, straight back down exactly where we just came from. Progress has been made, as you can see. This is exactly how cars work. Okay. Exactly how cars work. They rocket scrape along the floor and refuse to drive. I don't know what you mean. Okay, this is fine. Can I mean, we can still drive it like this, to be fair. I will find a way of writing it, but at least it drives. It might not be coming back from there, but at least we can rocket it off in the right direction. Yeah, that'll do. That will do nicely. Progress! We're getting there one way or another. Hey! Nailed it. Okay, now we will drive very nicely along the mountainside to our destination. Okay, so there's a chance that I might have been driving into the wrong place because I was looking at the wrong waypoint. No, this very vertical mountain with our very poorly flying rockets may be problematic. Okay, just drive backwards. Okay, I mean, we've got vertical tyres. Maybe it'll drive up the mountain nicely. That may have been asking a bit too much. That may have been asking a little too much. There's no water in this watering can, thankfully. It's only the watering can that they needed, not the water. You know, if they needed some water in it, then yeah, we would have absolutely failed in that mission. But they'll fill it up at the station that they're at. They only need the can. The water, thankfully, is already there, and that's not my mission. I'm just bringing the can. You know, they have to supply their own water. Now, the pizza delivery that we have on the thing, on the other hand, that will hopefully fly us up the mountain. And of course, it takes us all the way back. No, that's it. That way, no, that way. Or just get wedged into the side of the mountain. That also works. This way. Yes, let's go. Okay, that'll do for now. Right, we're part the way up. We're halfway there. That's not really a good way to try this. Okay, so I will angle myself in a way that will work with our poorly designed rockets. That will absolutely... You know what? If I embrace that... Right, so our rockets flip us backwards. So if I go like this and line up properly... Okay, now our rockets will take us to our destination because they fly us in that direction. Science! Now, unfortunately, the mountain scraping was a problem. But... No! Right back where we began. Nailed it. But we've learned, and we know that our rockets go in the wrong direction. We actually truly stuck that. Okay, so because we know that our rockets only work backwards, we will use that to our advantage, and we will face away from it and fly backwards, and it will actually get back here, watering can. Now, there's a chance there may be a few dents and holes in this watering can by the time that we get it there as well, but I assure you it was like that when we picked it up. We definitely didn't bounce this thing all over the place and dent it up whatsoever. Our rockets go backwards. Now, I may have needed to adjust that a little better. I think we have actually made a little progress, to be fair. And I think this is the one that we got halfway before, but this rocket actually parks on the side of mountains, which is actually even cooler than I thought. I did not know it could actually just, yeah. it may have just glitched through us. And that's a little problematic, but don't question it. we haven't tore a big hole in the side of it that meant that it has the ability to fall through us. We haven't damaged it that badly that it will... I mean, I can also solve that by if I point my finger forwards. It cannot fall off now. It was incorrect finger placement. That's all it was. Now that we have it in a good place where it will not fall off. And if I go to the highest point on this, face the wrong way and then fly it will actually take us where we want to go. Which is science. Okay, so if I do this, face the wrong way, and then rock it up, we have solved the problem! Do you need to use the rockets? I mean, we don't necessarily need to. We want to. But do we necessarily need to? Also, I can use my hydraulics as a self-rising mechanism. To a degree. Maybe it's not working necessarily at the moment, but sometimes they work as a self-rising mechanism. But maybe in combination with the rockets. There we go. Perfect. Nailed it. Didn't need to pick it up again. And then we have a nicer little drive on the way. Like you say, if we did use the rockets, I'm sure this would have been far easier, but you know. Okay, we found the camp where all the people are talking about how stupid I mean by using the rockets. And they're like, where's our watering can? Hi, I have a watering can. I know I need to take it a bit further, but I know it's not quite here. I don't know why they're talking about me like that. Can you run them over? Maybe with creativity, I haven't tried. They do fly up in the air, but maybe if I make a gigantic machine that is so big that they can't avoid it. I do like that my thing can just park on near vertical surfaces. Okay, that time gravity took over. Don't end up in the crevasse. There we go, saved it. And as you can see, delivered right to the doorstep. Okay, we're just gonna pick ourselves back up. Or not. Well, we picked ourselves back up when we dropped the thing. But this time we'll get it. Also, there's day-night cycles, as you can see, which is actually, like, you know, pretty smart. And then we'll come and bring them their very effective in one piece watering can. That is not at all scraped. No worries. Have a good day and good luck with the job interview. Very much appreciated. Yeah, it's happy to see you too. And yeah, enjoy your VIP. You know, of course you are very, very VIP here. I like the little rattos. Capybaras. Aha. But yeah, good luck with your job interview and have a good day, and I do appreciate you anytime you come pop by, and we'll catch up again soon. But if you do get this, let me know and show me your creations, and yeah. Take care. Boom, boom, boom. And we finished the job. Okay, there's paint, there's step ladders. The step ladder is sort of close. Supplies are a mile off. Potted plants, some crates. Crates of apples is off in the distance. Umbrellas off in the distance. This iron ore. It's a bit close. Right, we'll fast travel to here. And we will... I'm going to save this design, even though it's pretty bad. We'll work on it. Okay, save to slot. We will work on that one and make it work flying. Like this one, I guess we just need like a directly evenly vertical thing or something to make the rockets work. You know, this one's pre-designed, so can't go wrong with the rockets on this one. Mine, I thought I had them angled perfectly down. Apparently not. Okay, that is in radius to see. I was for a moment concerned that we wouldn't have the ability to see things, but thankfully that is within our radius. Okay, and then we just fly over the mountains, enjoy the scenic view. There is one in the distance looking bigger there. Now this looks like it should be a nice, easy delivery, you would imagine. Just straight out of this hole and into that thing there. Well, it's a good job we got something that flies, I guess. Because otherwise, how the heck are we taking this thing out? Nail the landing nicely, as you can see. Okay. So we've got a little bit of mine. A little bit of ore. Which hopefully this thing is perfectly designed to pick up. Right to the ground. Close. Lifted. Lifted. Okay, nice. Nicely, securely grabs. But then again, this is probably literally the thing that is designed for this. Ow. Okay, that's fine. We're going out of the hole and in a direction. It doesn't need to be the right direction, just as long as it takes us out of the hole. That's all that I was concerned with. Don't fall backward. Going somewhere that wasn't directly vertical, and we nailed it. Okay, this one was a far easier delivery. Robots. Ooh, they're going to make robots. New contract robots. Okay. So we need to deliver a robot to there. Which again, I'm sure this is perfectly designed to grab. Don't spill your tea along the way. Drive nicely to the robot. Oh. He'll be fine. We're just gonna, like, have his brain exposed to all of Mars and all of the sands. He'll be okay like that. It's absolutely fine if we drag him by his brains and don't accidentally... He didn't need that leg, did he? Okay, so we'll reset him. I don't think... it's a good job there's a nice little production line of these robots, isn't it? I don't think we're going to be able to get away with this one as, you know, carelessly as we have been. It seems that this guy might be a little fragile. And that's a problem. Okay. This... which we have nicely designed. Okay, let's get that down. And we'll extend open. You know, you lie down. That's actually probably ideal. We'll take you in our arms. Absolutely ideal. Ooh, actually, if I take you in... You had to open your head, didn't you? You hadn't have opened your head. Unfortunately, he doesn't live up well to being squished on his legs. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? Yeah, no, I didn't break it. He came assembled that way. So we need to come up with some sort of solution that doesn't break him. And it's a bigger challenge than you might think. Right. I am going to go back to this. And if we... Like, can we just too small? No! This is fine. You know, that's actually probably ideal. Okay, let's... Rippo. Like, he's a very, very fragile little boy. Which we are maybe... not equipped to help. Okay. Unfortunately, these wheels get in the way. Okay, that might break his arm off, of course. I mean, if we get most of him there, we can come back for the arm, right? Just as long as we get the majority of the robot there, I'm sure it doesn't need to be in one piece. It just needs to all get... They can put an arm. They can put his arm back on. Now, that's gonna hurt. They can put him back together. I don't think he's coming back from this one. I really don't think he's coming back from this one. Okay, now... You don't need me to have him in one piece, do you? Surely. Okay, nailing this, of course. Nailing the driving. Okay, perfect. Okay. Good. I mean, yeah, we'll take that with us at the same time. Let's go. One piece at a time. It's gonna be like, this is not complete, this is broken. Like, I'm sure he doesn't need to be entirely intact. He just needs to have all the pieces. There you go. There's your first piece. The piece that has gone underneath the thing might be problematic. Like driving this vehicle. Getting it out with this vehicle is not going to be easy. Okay, nailed the turning. No, because we're that good, apparently. Apparently. Okay, there we go. Just scrape it out. Just scrape it out. And, you know what? If I just... drag it! Yeah, drag it. Perfect. Do we have something that's a little... What does the true scorpion? The true scorpion can... with our waggy tail. Pointless waggy tail. Okay. I don't think the true scorpion's got this, you know. Crate lifter! Now. This... not do it. But it's nice and stable and actually drives, and I can just... as long as we don't run it over entirely. You know what? I could just drive it along the floor into the spot, and again, you know, I'm sure they just need the parts. They don't need it purely intact at all. I'm sure this is all they'll need. Okay, you are in. It's the robot. Okay, now I see one last problem, and that is that we left the arm, and considering we couldn't even pick up an arm that was literally right next to the thing, how are we going to get the last bit? The final front arm. Here. Considering we barely pick up that one. Perfect, of course. Of course. Okay, this is fine. Let's just... drive it the long way round. No. Get around. Get around. White chalk. Perfect. Okay, now we just drive it in and go. Oh, now you pick it up, of course. Go. Okay, so most of it is there. All we need to do is figure out how to pick up this arm, and I'm sure it will love us and not hate us at all. Okay, so now that we have this, turn around, bright eye. See, the problem is, I need it to do something slightly different. Okay, so... we got 13 of these. Okay, so we're going to have to... Okay, so that's an extendo. That's an extendo. I need it to double extendo out. I need it to do this. Then I need it to grab inwards and have finished the machine. That on the end of that. And then have it able to squidge and grab it. Is what we need. And this, like, this surely couldn't break the hand any further, right? Okay, now the slight problem that we have is that I've built them right next to each other for one. So this isn't necessarily going to grab because they are literally right next to each other. I mean, we've built a tiny grabber. Which can squish things with such great force. Okay, it drives pretty fast. Okay, now if I can get this to line up nicely, this might, I mean, it'll grab. With great force, it'll most certainly grab anything that is in its grip. There's no doubt that it'll grab anything in its grip. There's a very good chance that we've screwed this up. Okay. Right, so that one needs to be one further forward for starters. Then, right, so that copy. See, the trouble with this is, like, I want it to copy, but I don't want it to... clipboard, right? So if I click on this, will that stay on the clipboard? Because I want to... clipboard. 0. Why 0? Why 0? Just has to be annoying. I think it's because we don't quite have enough of the other bits, but... you know, I only need some bits of it. You don't need all of it. Fine, I'll just recreate it. Okay. Now, the problem is that we have created here is that that is stuck truly in the corner. Let's save this over slot 5. Yes, okay. So now that it's got some proper wheels. Right, okay, so you can finger this up, right? Just need to unwedge from this corner. It's traffic cones. There we go, we got it out the corner. Let's make sure it is well and truly out of the corner. Okay, there we go, okay. Then, I mean, against a direct wall isn't the worst. Now, ideally, we'd have something that's slightly longer. Come on. Come on, really? Okay. The game's just trolling me now. But if I grab it by the fully arm and shake its hands, the fully armus, expecto fully armus. Really? You bounced up off of it. I don't know, I call shenanigans. I call shenanigans. Lift up. Turns out the verticalizer was probably the correct one for the mission all along. I think it's designed for you not to be able to grab it somehow. Don't know what it is, but I think it really doesn't want you to be able to grab the arm once you've once it's fallen off. I don't know what it is that makes me think that. Something about this tells me I think they really don't want you to be able to grab this off of the floor. Now, you know, excuse me if I'm wrong, but it really looks like they don't want you to grab this off of the floor. And I don't think there's any way of grabbing it off the floor. Okay, so let's reset the job. Okay, the whole robot is back. Let's start with the ore hauler for a base design. And then let's change it. Okay, so get rid of these. And what do we even have? Wedge. I would like to know what the wedge does. Okay, so I don't have any more of those. That's actually kind of annoying. But this does extend down. And then we've got a flat plate, which, you know, if we can get it under the robot. I really don't think we have the parts to do this. Let's face it. I really don't think we do. Yeah, this isn't going to do the job. Like, you know, what I kind of wanted to do was have the thing go under, but we'd need a bigger robot. Let's just go with the ordinary one. Okay, now it's jumping on the robot. Okay, this is fine. Absolutely fine. He says. Okay. Perfect. As long as we cradle it nicely and carefully. Okay, all we really need to do is just be very careful with it. Which, considering its location, is certainly easier said than done. Okay, so even going that way doesn't really help, does it? Again, it's absolutely going to fall apart, especially if we crash hard into this mountain. Bits of robots everywhere. I don't think we got this. I think we should maybe come back to this one another day. We certainly don't guard that one. Oxygen tank. Gives us some plates. The plates certainly help a terminal. Well, that's going to smash to pieces, isn't it? Like, the flat plates will help us build something to grab underneath the robot. Potatoes. That's a challenge. Beach ball. Okay. I'm going to take the umbrella. Okay, and then... Where's... Oh, that umbrella's right out in the middle of nowhere, huh? Steel milk. There's a mission here? What's the mission here? The beach ball. Okay. I mean, seeing as we are here already, that's a big ass ball. Okay. First things first is we're going to need this somewhere around here. Is that a way for it? Okay, so we've gone in the wrong direction already. I was holding the direction that was like the fast travel thing. Why did that? That's weird. That's a weird bug. That's a very weird bug. Because the beach ball is here. Okay, there we go. Because the beach ball is there, it made fast traveling challenging. It kept changing what we were looking at on the map rather than the fast travel option, and I was holding it down like it said. This is not how cars work, but sometimes, never in space, we defy the laws of cars because we have less gravity, and we're a mecano thing. Mecano. We're a car. No, we're not a car. We're a mecano. The smooth jazz intensifies. Take a flight over the mountain. Okay. Now, I've just noticed it's accepted a different mission. And umbrella. And that has cleared what I wanted to head to. So we were headed off in completely the wrong direction. Okay. Now we have the correct waypoints and we haven't accepted a third mission by accident. We have accepted a third mission by accident. Now we're not flying off into the middle of nowhere and thinking, why can't I see this thing that is literally right next to us? That we should literally be able to see. Turns out, we're not heading in that direction. There we go. That's a lot more reasonable for finding the tower. In reverse! Okay, we'll drive forward, that's easier than reversing. Bum, 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 bum. Nailed it. This machine's perfect, as you can quite clearly see. Okay, but we've accepted the umbrella out in the middle of nowhere. We've got the robot one and we've got the beach ball. I mean, we were eventually going to go to... have a problem. Fast traveling to the location I would like to. Because of this beach ball. Okay, so if I don't have the beach ball thing highlighted. What? What is causing this bug? Because I'm holding left on the D-pad, which is the button it literally is to fast travel. Okay, so deep breath. Literally holding down and it turns to a different place. And even if I... Right, we'll put the umbrella mission on so that the... And it still does it. I just want to fast travel to my... Whatever. We are driving. Driving, driving, driving in my car to the beach ball, which I don't think we've got a good machine to pick up because it's a pretty big beach ball. But we're in a buggy, beach buggy. Maybe we can just, you know, bounce it across the planet, like in a fun way. Who needs to drive when you're a beach buggy? Or who needs to pick up things? Plus it's a beach ball, it'll bounce and it definitely won't go into space. We're not going to bounce it all the way into space. That would be... that wouldn't be something we would do. We're not going to account for the lack of gravity and bounce it so far up it goes into space. No, that would never be us. Now, the question is, can we pop the ball? The mountain might be problems. This big mountain between us might be an issue. It bounces nicely, you know, it's just like being at festivals again with the bouncing balloons that always go over all the crowds and everyone wants to punch the balloon. And, you know, hey, I got a hit on it. I got a hit on it. And then it just ends up inevitably popping. Because someone will inevitably be an arsehole that will go and like grab it, stamp on it and pop it rather than enjoying the fun that everyone else is bouncing it around the entire audience, you know. There are some miserable sods that just are like, I have to grab the balloon and stomp on it, and pop it and ruin everyone's fun. Trust me, it happens at every festival. It's always some miserable sod who grabs it and pops the balloon. Like, it's weird. It's a hybrid between a balloon and a bouncy ball. You know, it's a special thing. Because obviously it's not just a ball. I mean, I guess it's like a beach ball like this. You know, it's probably just a really, really light ball that bounces. Over the pyramids of Mars, not the pyramids of the Arctic. Apparently there are pyramids that were discovered in the Arctic, or the Antarctic, one of them. Okay. It's fine, as long as they don't go all the way to the yellow topology. If you take it down there, I think. Okay. I don't think the buggy is the most ideal vehicle for this. Considering. No! We know the physics of objects exists in this, and you know what I was literally saying? Ooh, that's actually pretty nice. You know what I said about the asshole that stomps on it and pops it? You don't want to be that guy. So I don't think we actually want to squish it. Okay, this isn't ideal. I just want these as a guide rope, you see. You know, we want to give it a hug, but not mount it. These are our guide hands. Okay, there we go. And that's absolutely going to pop it if I do that, right? It's like, pop it. Okay, fully extend and then down. And then... There we go. Okay, there we go. We are scraping it heavily along the floor, and it does look like it would not like that. But... it allows us to... if we don't get stuck on a mountain. Because for some reason this isn't as good as driving up mountains as the other one. Which admittedly does have rock wheels. But it's literally the same wheels and the same bits. There we go. We've got a nice little guider. We're not squishing it and popping it. Because we're not an arsehole. And we have a stabilizer wheel on the back because, you know, it's perfect. In fact, we got, you know, that might be why it can't drive up mountains, because we've got 80 wheels for weight. You know, stability weight, but at the same time, probably unnecessary weight wheels. Well, I mean, you know, if we're carrying a big heavy object, it does help. But for transporting a very, very light beach ball, probably unnecessary. Yeah, I don't think we want to go up that mountain. I think we just want to go round. Okay. This way seems safe enough. And it actually looks a far more traversable way than we were going. Thankfully, the beach ball's nice bouncy mechanics. Aid us in our quest until we get it stuck in a crevasse. This is probably the worst hazards that we could have got this thing stuck in, and I think the game designers did this deliberately. I think this was an intentional crevasse to get it wedged in. Right. Okay, you know what? Where are we? The buggy is the ideal thing to just nudge it out of this crevasse and on its way. If we can get back up there, which we can, we're careful. The buggy can go in the crevasse and just nudge it out. There we go. So now we will change back to our big boy. His arm is wide. And cuddle the ball. Don't get it back in the crevasse. Don't lose it in the crevasse. Perfect. Okay, then we cuddle the ball along to its destination again. Yeah, I kind of hoped that would appear behind it. It didn't. It's fine. Right, intercepted. Mounted. And then cuddled all the way. Come on. How are you getting wedged on this? What are you stuck on? There we go, okay. No! Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Okay, this isn't Rocket League. We're not building Rocket League ships. We probably can. This isn't. Okay. I'll have to look at what the ship Anakin mentions was. I don't know what that looks like. But I'm sure we could recreate it with enough. Or, you know, someone more talented than me definitely can. Okay, intercepted. Nicely. Nicely. Now... We haven't... No, you don't. What I need to do is... there we go. Not fully on the floor, but enough. Okay, there we go. Now we are... guiding it with a bit more purpose. There we go. Guys, with purpose. We haven't got as good a hug of it as we did before. But that's fine. Oh, no. Okay, we'll just play hockey croquet, I guess, with it. There we go. That way. There we go. Nicely. Okay. And this is the one that has the self-righting mechanism. So... for the most part, dude, that's the worst place you could have spawned me, actually, Gabe. It's literally inside of the ball. Okay. Guidance. Guidance. You will offer the ball. There we go. That's actually not great. Not terrible. And then we send it straight back down where it was coming from. I mean, I see that they are wanting you to, like, maybe not have it as guided and, you know, just bounce the ball in this direction. But then there's so many hazards that they've quite clearly designed for this. This way. Like a good little ball, you will go the way that I want you to. Okay. Don't go off the cliff. Not off the cliff. There we go. Okay, we're kind of playing golf, actually. Okay. This way. And if we're going to play golf, let's just play golf with purpose. Okay. So, we're stuck in this bunker. We want you to go this way. So, with enough force to actually get you in the direction that we want. Okay, this is fine. Like, as long as we don't over-egg it. Now, am I really going around? I think we're going around. I think going over the mountain is going to be too challenging. So let's continue to golf it around, but we will not send it off the edge of the world. We're golfing with purpose. This way. Then, like, there's a nice little area that we kind of want it to go. I mean, if it goes down there, it's not the end of the world. We're going the wrong way now. I can get you to just go over this. All I need, okay. Intercept! Now it is literally Rocky Link. Okay, so if I go full force in this direction, we'll come over. Come on, you can make it. Don't you dare go down there. Okay. I think it looks like if I go up here a bit, there might be a little nicer little bit of mountain just here. Don't go back down. Don't go back down. I didn't want to over-egg it, but maybe it's not the worst if it does. No, this still seems nice and flat. This is fine. This is fine. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. This way. This way. Way. Yes. No. Stop. This way. That's it. You go on that way. No! Bad ball! That way, 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 that way. Momentum! Carry! Let's go. Okay. Now... hopefully, momentum will keep it going in the direction we want and it won't fall down there. Now, I'm going to get the fast travel point while we're here. We discovered the greenhouse. Don't you dare. Okay. No! This looks a little, perhaps, challenging. Hopefully this isn't like a death hole that we just took it into that we needed to avoid. think we just fell into a hazard and I should have gone left. Now in the sand bunker. But maybe we can get it out. Copium. I mean, there's a little bit of a bridge there, but it's not ideal. What I would really love is if it could just go in the way we want it to go. So if I can just get it up this ramp, which it might do. Up. There is sort of a bit of a nice little ramp there in that one corner. If I can just keep it on track. I can just keep it on track in that exact corner. I think we can do this. Wow. Great miss. Okay. It's fine. Right. Forwards. Okay. Why is this car so broken? Okay. Forward, 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 forward. Let's go. Okay, now we got it out of the bunker. It's not all the way there. And we have another bunker to sort of go, it seems. But if we can get it out of that bunker, we can get it out of here. Because here's easier. Okay. Now, our destination appears to be in sight. Okay, again, I'm going to go get this fast travel whilst we're here. Because it's nice and convenient. Dish discovered. Now, you are not going to go anywhere, ball, are you? You're not going to go driving off on your own. Okay, now all I need you to do is go nicely in this direction, and there won't be any horrible hazards for you along the way, will there? I don't know why this car is so bad at driving. Like, it wants to drift off in one direction, which I don't want it to do. This is fine, we'll just Tokyo drift it there. And waft it with the wind rather than pushing it at all. Okay, the remote outposts, where somebody will enjoy this ball. Now, all we need to do, hi sir, ball for you. It'll roll in perfectly, right? It did! Enjoy! Now, murder! Sorry, there's an accident. It was an accident, sir. I didn't mean to try to run you over at all. Okay, so that's the umbrella. That's the robot, that's the umbrella. Let's head towards the umbrella. And then umbrella, Ella. We will call it a day. You know, we did some successful missions. We need to rethink some of our designs, perhaps. And picking up an umbrella, and not the Umbrella Corporation, seems like it might be challenging. Maybe we can unlock some better machines that are more suitable for this. By doing some of the side quests. Who knows? But I don't think what we have is quite suitable. So we need some stuff along the way. Ooh, there's a fancy little thing. I do like the way that they've designed all of the different outposts. No, they're all pretty unique. Okay, so we're going to get the ability to extend our signal along the way. It's not crash into any of these rocks at all. Okay, let's land nicely. Perfect, nailed it. A nice little landing, and then we will head off and fly over some rock formations if necessary. If we can just drive it, then I'll just drive it. Looks like we can probably just drive it. And then we will head off to the umbrella start location so that we know what we may be doing next time. And then we'll save. But, you know, it's pretty good, and we'll continue this next time. There's an awful lot to this game as well, and we will try to build something perhaps a little more suited to the job. Because what we're doing right now, it's not really doing the job, is it? Okay. Okay, well, it turns out the umbrella is probably going to need to be delivered up to a high cliff on a mountain, which, you know, do you really need umbrellas on Mars? I guess maybe once we've established some sort of ecosystem that has weather. But at the moment, you know, there's not a lot of need for an umbrella. Unless it shields a sandstorm, it might be like a sun umbrella as well. Because people do use umbrellas for shades, not just to stop the rain. The rain is a UK problem. Most places use umbrellas to stop the sun. Okay, right, let's get ourselves into a position where we can fly up there. Okay, there's a little bit of a quarry. I have no idea what this thing is. Okay, there's another radio station which we just coincidentally came across, and it's probably a good job that we did, because yeah, no, this is barely in the radius of the thing. It is in the radius, so, you know, it's not like it would have ended the mission. But it's always nice to have an extra signal. And again, you know, doing some of these quests that we were probably meant to do before, like the robot one, which is quite clearly later, probably will give us the parts and the machines that will be able to do such a complex task without having it smashed to pieces. This is a very challenging bit of landscape, but we've oriented ourselves in a nice direction to go flying in this direction. And we will... oh, we even need to take it from indoors. A warehouse, not warehouse 13. Let's just have a peek. Have a little bit of a peek. This thing is far too tall to go in here. And of course it is on a shelf. Oh, that's a pretty big umbrella. It's not the end of the world. We can probably transport that one. And then it needs to go up a mountain to an awkward cliff edge. And then the landscape extends for miles. Miles and miles and miles. Like, this is a humongous game. And considering I'm flying off into the middle of nowhere and it's still keeping going for ages, you know, I turned back. This is gigantic. There's so much to this game. It's impressive. Yeah, no, if we're still going further and further and further and further and further out, like the map, is it just endless? That's an awful lot, so you get a lot for this game. But yeah, we'll be back on Friday where we'll probably finish Hollow Knight. Thank you, Anakim, who was here earlier, and thank you, Indelacio.co.uk, who watched the show. Very, very much appreciated. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, and I will catch you all again soon. Bye, bye, bye.